Goa is going to the polls with Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, and Uttarakhand, and of course Manipur. And the campaign is fairly hectic. The Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party have been joined by the Aam Aadmi Party and the Trinamool Congress. All over Goa, hoardings of Mamata Banerjee are competing with those of Narendra Modi. Goans are nonplussed and a little cynical and not very happy about the influx of tourists turned settlers from other states of India. Regional parties thus are contesting on the Goa for Goans theme, promising to preserve the local culture and ensure people their rights. There are some things that even the national parties like the BJP cannot interfere with, such as alcohol and beef that remains the staple food for many Goans. The BJP is optimistic, as is the Congress, however, of forming the government, with or without alliances. Now it is for the voters to decide. This time our guest is Manoj Parab, who is the president of the Revolutionary Goans, the youngest party to have emerged for these elections in Goa. Revolutionary Goans came into existence in 2017 with a sort of Goa for Goans kind of slogan, and it remained out of the election process all this while, but now it has been recognized by the Election Commission. It has the football as a symbol, and it plans to contest all the 40 seats in the forthcoming elections in Goa. So Revolutionary Goans had drafted the Persons of Goan Origin Bill, and now, of course, having been recognized by the EC, is not always a bed of roses, because they have lost their alliance partner in Goa, the Goa Suraj Party, that cut ties with it recently. So welcome, Manoj, and it's really good to have you with us.
Yeah.
So tell me, are you very excited about having been recognized by the EC?
Yes, very much, very much. We were waiting. We waited almost for 9 months.
Okay.
And we applied in February, and we waited for 9 months, and that wait was over. Finally, EC granted us the certificate, and also the symbol is football. So we are all excited for this contest in February 2022.
So, but you're very much located in South Goa. Correct me if I'm wrong. And how are you going to find 40 candidates? I mean, are you prepared for it? Do you have people?
Yeah. Yeah, it is not like that, ma'am. We are all over Goa, north, south. We have presence of Revolutionary Goans in each and every village of Goa, all 91 panchayat and municipalities. We have our revolutionaries working day and night for Goa and Goans. And we have presence. It's not like that we have the presence only in South Goa, because we have already declared our 33 candidates. More 7 are remaining, and that will be finishing more next 4 to 5 days. And we are strong all over Goa.
So what are the kind of candidates you are fielding? Obviously, they all will be Goans, but are you giving representation to women? Are you looking at some more than the others? How are you selecting your candidates?
Yeah, our candidate selection process is very, very simple. We have been working on ground for last 5 years, almost 5 years, and we have selected our candidates based on their groundwork, their ability to build a team, their ability to work for Goa, to go to the people, go to their villages, go to their houses, understand their problems, issues, and get the solutions. And this is the only criteria what we had kept, and a basic education qualification. And right now, all the 33 candidates which we have most of them, almost 80-85%, they are very young. They are less than 35 years of age, and they have all worked very hard. In recent times, during COVID times, we had an initiative called Let's Help Goa, and during that time, those guys have worked really very hard to help Goans now who are in need, and also during the flood relief. And this POGO Bill awareness, which is going door to door, understanding the problems, creating awareness about the voting, why not vote for money, and why vote responsibly. All this awareness, then environmental awareness, then RTI camps, then attending Gram Sabhas, all these things we have been doing for last 3.5 years. And the candidates which are
selected. What's the profile of your candidates? Are they all sort of educated? Are they BAs? They are working? Are they professionals? Are you looking at anything like that?
Are they all women? How many women do you have?
Yeah, we have out of 33, we have 2 women actually we have selected, and that selection is entirely based on the groundwork and voting by the ground team. Okay, the booth revolutionaries who are working. Okay, we don't call them volunteers or workers. They are revolutionaries. They are krantikari. So yeah, so those revolutionaries they have selected. We have done the voting and they have selected the candidates based on their abilities and what we have spoken. That those abilities were taken care into. And secondly, all these candidates we have minimum qualification is 10 standard, and whoever is qualified about 10 standard he is eligible to being a candidate,
Right.
and they have been selected on that basis.
So you're just 35, 36 years old yourself, right?
Yeah.
So you're really young too. So what does revolutionary mean to you? I mean, is it
Yeah,
revolutionary like Che, or is it like Fidel Castro was, or is it revolutionary in another context, or is it just a good word?
Yeah, this is a different kind of revolution. Okay, the name revolution is kept just because we wanted our Goa to be saved from the clutches of land dealers, mafias, and all these drug dealers and prostitution, drugs, and uncontrolled influx of the migrants, land encroachment and land grabbing, and illegal voting cards, illegal businesses. There are many such issues, from environmental damage, hill cuttings, then land filling, and there are many such issues. And we wanted to fight for that, and we wanted to unite Goans as Goans, okay, which was the need of an hour. And we have succeeded in doing that for last 5 years. We have been working on ground, and we have united lakhs of Goans, and we have encouraged lakhs of youth, okay, to be responsible Goan and be a responsible citizen and be responsible towards their ward and villages. And secondly, most important thing, what we have been working very hard is empowering our Goans. Okay, encouraging them to get into the business, helping them to start a business, get the government schemes, then file RTIs, attend Gram Sabhas, then file complaints against illegalities. And we have also started recently a Stree Kranti movement initiative, which is specially for women empowerment. Like in India and everywhere in India, in every state, women empowerment is not taken that seriously. They are only used during political rallies or during the political meetings. What we have started is
Yeah. So this, of course, I mean, you're standing for a whole bunch of good things that you've said. But, you know, often we've seen in different levels, we've seen it in different states. Often when you have this kind of a sentiment that Goa belongs only to Goans and the others are migrants and they're taking away our land or business, then often it turns into a certain kind of a hostile environment for other Indians. And it becomes very difficult for them then to visit or live in Goa. So are you wanting to stop all that?
No, it's totally wrong interpretation actually. Goa is very safe, very peaceful, and we actually our hospitality is known in entire world. That's why the tourists from all over the world comes to Goa, enjoy Goa. What we are against is we want Goa to be Goa. That the unique identity of culture, heritage needs to be preserved, and the native Goan, the person of Goan origin, his rights needs to be protected and promoted. That is what we believe in, and we don't want some illegal things to be coming up. Like Goa, there are now Goa is becoming another Mumbai. It's a micro city. It is becoming, and the slums are coming. Then illegal land encroaching has been done by the migrants. Then illegal voting cards have been done. Illegal businesses are done. Sex and prostitution rackets have been run. Drugs has been sold. So we are against this. We love our Goa. We love our motherland, and we work to save our motherland and protect our motherland. So that wherever we go, Goa has to be high. That respect has to be there. But we cannot lose our respect because of this illegality.
I'm playing the devil's advocate, but inherent in what you've just said is also the argument that all the wrong is being brought into Goa by people who are not Goans, and Goans themselves are fine. Is that a correct assessment? I mean, is that how are we going to look?
No, it is not 100%, not 100% correct. But right now, madam, majority of the crimes are done by the migrants. Okay, who are coming to Goa, by train, bus, flight, whatever. And majority of the land grabbing, our community land, which was kept by our elders, Okay, for us, that's been grabbed illegally, and our government, all these political parties, they make illegal voting cards. They give them this land, and they are now planning to regularize this slum. So Goa was never a slum hub, and no Goan lived in a slum anytime. So this is what we don't want, because international tourists come here to enjoy our Goa, to enjoy the beauty and to enjoy the hospitality. But right now, what is happening is all this tourism industry and majority of the markets are controlled by the migrants, and yeah, unethical things are happening, illegal things are happening, and which is giving a bad image and bad name to Goa, and which we don't prefer,
So
or we
how
don't
are
want
you
that
going
to
to
happen.
clean that? You're only going to be able to clean it by stopping. I mean, you're not going to go and do a character, sort of a look at every migrant. You're basically going to stop what you call other Indians by calling them migrants from coming into Goa. Would that be an ideal kind of a situation, is what I was wanting to ask
No,
you.
we always welcome Indians in Goa, but not at the cost of our rights, and we don't encourage illegalities. That is what we are firm on, and we are speaking. We are never against any Indian who have come to Goa, settled legally, did a legal voting card, or purchased a legal land. We are not against them. We are against those who come to Goa and do
Encroach.
all the illegal things, take out our rights and spoil the image of Goa. So we are against them. We are not against India. We are also Indians. We are also proud Indians, and will always be Indians. But that doesn't mean anyone can come to our state and grab our land and do the illegal things.
So all this while, you've had the Congress in power, and then it was replaced by the BJP, both national parties, not definitely from Goa. BJP came in with an alliance as well. And you have a lot, several parties which are Goanese parties. You're the youngest, but there are others as well. So now, how does this pan out? You still have the national parties fighting the elections. Both are claiming that they are going to win. Even in Goa, I was there recently, and you find that a lot of people who are locally there are also talking about the BJP and the Congress. They're still not talking about the Goan parties at the same breath. And that's the truth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's the truth. But recently, when Revolutionary Goans Party came into existence and our movement was started, now people have started speaking about Revolutionary Goans and a regional party and the need of the regional party, because last 5 years we are creating an awareness like how a native Goan is losing their right. Like right now in Goa, youth is unemployed. Goan youth is unemployed. He's landless. He's homeless. He's actually breathless with this whole hub. And this is what awareness we are creating, and we have succeeded on a larger platform, and it's been a great success for us, because most of the villages now revolutionaries are present, and they are fighting for their village, and they are ready for the regional party, which is Revolutionary Goans Party, because we have not tied up with any national party.
Are you
Even Goa
going,
Suraj
are
Party,
you
yeah,
going
we
to,
have
will
not
you,
tied up, and it's the only political party who is contesting all 40 seats, only regional party who is contesting all 40 seats and
okay.
giving a better option, clean, non-criminal, non-corrupt, clean faces, new faces.
Okay. So when you come into power, not into power, probably not this election, but after you fight the elections, and if you have won a few seats, who would you ally with, the BJP or the Congress?
Now, yeah, we remember the last whatever work we are doing and whatever surveys we are doing from our side and other agencies also. We are on the verge of forming a government for sure. We have that confidence, because we have touched the hearts of Goans, native Goans, and we are sure. So there's no question of aligning with anyone. Even if we don't form the government, or we don't get the majority, will not align with any of the political party, be it regional or national. Revolutionary Goans will stay Revolutionary Goans Party always, and will be not diluting this movement, will be not diluting this revolution at any cost. So will be not aligning with anyone.
And okay, so let me put it another way. Which is the lesser evil for Goa, the BJP or the Congress?
Now, both are equally same, because there's a business link between them. There's a land dealing link between them, and there are all sorts of link which are there. There's a exchange of MLAs, exchange of ministers, which is happening at on daily basis in Goa. So both are equally relevant, both are equally damaging to Goa.
So today, if you were to come to power, and you became the chief minister, what's the first thing you would do? Would you bring that Goa bill in, or what are you going to do as the first step?
POGO Bill
one
is the
thing.
base. POGO Bill is the base that will have to be 100% introduced in the assembly and passed. And second most important thing is Land Protection Bill or Land Protection Act, because we want to save our Goans land for Goa's land for Goans. Okay, that is the second thing what we are working on. We'll be bringing in. And the third thing is government job, which is there has to be a transparency. There has to be a merit based government job allocations or recruitment, and there has to be a clear transparency and use of machinery, use of videography and all those things. So we are working on these three things, and the next comes is women empowerment and skill development and
Right.
environment friendly
People of
approach. And
Goa
there are many
origin
things.
bill, the people of Goa origin bill, what's the main demand, what's the main stipulation in that? What
Yeah,
are you
in
going to
person of in person of Goan origin will be define who is a Goan, because there's a term called Goenkar, and Goenkar is the term is used by all the politicians to fool Goans, and at the cost of this term word Goenkar, they have actually looted our Goa, actually sold our Goa, and they have not kept anything for Goans in Goa, and that is the sad part. That's why we want to define a Goan, and we have defined a
how,
Goan in person of Goan origin. So we have kept a cutoff date, because Goa was liberated on 19 December 1961. So the cutoff date is 20th December, that is next day. So any person who's either of the parents or grandparents who were born in Goa or staying in Goa before that date, and their family now and which will be coming in future, is termed as a person of Goan origin. And we have some demands, that is 100% reservation in government job, then 80% reservation in private job, which is already done by Andhra Pradesh and Haryana. Then 100% community land, which was kept for us by our ancestors. That land, that right has to be exclusively with the Goans, and 100% housing board project, because government acquires our land and it gives to the migrants or the new settlers. So that is not fair. And then government scheme and government contract and tenders, because Goa is a tiny state, and being a tiny state, we need to protect our identity, our culture, and our rights.
so something like what you have in the hills, like in Kashmir and Himachal, that people from outside the state cannot buy property.
Actually, Goa being a tiny state, these laws has to be because every political party came to Goa, like Congress, BJP, they had promised a special status for Goa, but they never worked on it or never gave us the special status. The only reason is because of the land dealing, because all these political parties, all these politicians, they are into land dealing, and Goa being a hub, a port hub, and everyone is focusing on this coal hub thing. Everyone is focusing on the MPT, and everyone is focusing on other land related dealing. So that is why no one is ego, or no one wants Goa to be protected or Goa to be given a special status. So we want something like that, but in a different way, in a legal way.
So one of the last questions that I want to ask you is, I've spoken about the BJP and the Congress, but what about the Aam Aadmi Party and the Trinamool Congress? Both have made an entry into Goa. I mean, one had come earlier, but TMC is new. Now, how does that impact on the people, and what do you think about that effort?
Yeah, that doesn't impact the Revolutionary Goans as such, because they have imported leaders from Congress, BJP, and other political parties, and that import and export is still going on, and it will go until election or till the filing of nomination. So I don't think that will affect RG in any way, because we have a different agenda, and we have a different style of working, and we have different ideologies. So our voters are totally different. So the vote split will happen between them, not us. And our voters will stay intact, and we are sure that voters will vote for us, and new voters will vote for us, and the voters who are all these while voting for Nota will come out and vote for us, and the voters who never came out to vote will come out and vote for us. So
Right.
victory is for
And
sure.
are you contesting, and from where?
Yeah, I'll be contesting. So my declaration will be done tomorrow. Okay, so I cannot disclose it now. So tomorrow will be
Is it in that village?
disclosing.
Is it going to be part of that village in Goa where you all have done a lot of work, where your origin was? Uguem? What was the name?
Yeah, it will be, a place where I have worked, or where I have a support, and I have a support from all over Goa. But I'll have to choose a constituency, because only 7 are remaining. So out of 7, I'll have to choose 1 or 2. Okay, so that will be declared tomorrow.
So then we hope to see you as the chief minister, if not a leader in the opposition. And I'll catch up with you when we visit Goa. And thank you so much for this time.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you.
a
Thank
lot.
you so much.
Take care.
Thank you.
All
Thank
the
you.
best. Revolutionary Goans. Like the other regional parties, they're also talking of Goa for Goans. They have a clearer program. They have brought in that people of Goanese origin bill. And as their leader has just told us in this interview, they are going to really stand up for the local Goans and to make sure that they're not deprived of their rights. What form this takes and where it goes, we have to see. The Congress and the BJP are two parties that are very much in the field, despite the fact that they are not from Goa only, but are national parties. And now the TMC and AAP both have made an entry, plus a host of regional parties. So now we'll have to see where it goes and what the election results are like. But it is true, and it is very clear that there is some support now for regional parties like the Revolutionary Goans, and that they are looking for at least representation and a good percentage of the votes in these elections. Thank you.